Green flag waves at the back. There's the 5-second board being shown by Nina on the start line. And we will wait for the race to get underway. Lights go out then, away they go. Again, it was Deegan that made the better start from the inside line, which is second on the grid, so it's Deegan. Oh, and there's a collision further back, 2 or 3 or 4 cars involved in that. Into the pit wall they go. I can see that one of them, I think, is the 16 car of Brett Evans, and I'll try and work out who the others were involved in that as well. But we've got Deegan leading, but not anymore because he's gone wide down at Village.
Massive lock-up for Lee Deegan. This is surely going to be a stoppage with those 3 cars there and one in the middle of the track. So
and lots of debris on the circuit
yes.
as well. So we will wait and see what goes on here. But as they come onto the straight, it was Deegan going very wide as well in the background. Adam Shepherd leading. We've got waved yellow, so we've gone safety car. Yes, we have gone safety car by the looks of it.
And slippery surface flag as well.
Now that could be for small bits of debris. It could be for fluid that might have been spilt as a result of that incident. It went on in the back few rows of the grid there, so we do have the safety car heading out.
We had 2 of them kind of spinning in unison at one point, and then one went round into the wall.
Yeah, I think it was possibly the 3 car of Alex Baldwin that's the one that's stuck in the middle of the road. And it is pretty much right in the middle of the road, we can see on our screens here. And we've got a red light and a red flag, and that's not terribly surprising, I don't think, with the position in particular of the Alex Baldwin car in the middle of the road. To get underway for 15 minutes here at Silverstone. Red lights go on. And out they go, and it's a pretty even start by the looks of it between the front couple of cars. It looks like Chris Smith there in the red car is going down the inside, trying to get a place away from the 2 leaders as they make their way down towards Village for the first time. Yes, it's Chris Smith that's got into the lead, and Jack Ashton in the Metro has made an excellent start as well. He started 7th on the grid. He's up to 3rd place now, and he's splitting Phil Wright and Alistair Camp for the moment at least. I think Camp's going to get back to him as they go through the link, but a tremendous start that from Jack Ashton, from 7th to run in 3rd place briefly. But Chris Smith has made the best start of all in that number 18 car that lined upon 3rd position on the grid. He's got through into the lead. Phil Wright, the race 1 winner, is in 2nd place, and Camp is 3rd. Jack Ashton, though, is trying to come back at him now up the inside into Stoke Corner. So a tremendous start to the race.
Yeah, little Metro's absolutely flying, isn't it? And while it might be overpowered in a straight line, and it is, it's very, very late on the brakes. It's so light. And he turns in someone who's gone very, very wide, if not off, on the approach to the exit of Vale approach, and a little bit of yes, 2 into 1 won't go, and Ashton finds himself out over the curbs on the outside. But Chris Smith, great start, 3 abreast into Abbey, and he's made it through. Yeah,
and it's Ryan Polly with the wide elbows going into Club Corner. Then you've got the Ben Morton Integra in 6th. That's Chris McCloy's number 37 Civic, just ahead of Cameron Elder. Of course, he was at the back of the grid for race 1, along with Stuart Window. Elder's come through 9th, and Stuart Window only 20th, so Stuart didn't have a good start this time, so he's got a lot of work to do all over again. Looks like we've had a change because Phil Wright has gone through and Alistair Camp has followed him, so Chris Smith from the lead within the first couple of corners of lap 2 has dropped back down to 3rd position. Ryan Polly 4th, Ben Morton 5th, I think is the way of it, as they head along the Hanger Straight. So it's the 2 drivers that have done the winning so far this season back out in front, right ahead of Camp.
Yeah, that's right. Smith is still in 3rd. The little Metro is hanging in there, Jack Ashton, number 79. And that is full stroke 5th. 5th at the moment, but one side, look the other side, down the outside probably isn't going to work, is it? No.
It's not, but it's not for the want of trying on the part of
wasn't a bad effort, was it?
No, it wasn't. So we've got 3 in the lead group. We've got 4 in this group for 4th place then, headed by Ryan Polly, who was 4th in the earlier race as well. In fact, the order amongst the first 4 cars at the moment is as per the race 1 finishing order, and therefore the grid for this one.
And behind Ashton, there's Martin with the new shaped, or the newer shaped Civic, which is a much kind of beefier, bulkier looking car, isn't it? And then the Integra hanging in the back of that, which is Ben Morton in 65.
Class B at the moment is being led by Neil Stringfellow from Matt Creed. They're in 14th and 15th positions overall. But Polly there in 4th place, ex-Clio champion, leads the way in that second group of cars. But it's Phil Wright, ex-stock catch and go racer. Martin Ward, long-time stock catch racer. He's had a biff. He's got some trim trailing, but I think he's had some contact on the door there that's caused that to happen. Jack Ashton again with that tremendous straight line speed, able to challenge Ryan Polly into Stowe, but then unable to do nothing about it really by the time he gets to the corner. But Ashton's car, fantastic display. There's the 73 car of Croft being pushed into the garages after it failed to take the start of the race. Here are the leaders, completing lap number 3 now, and that time through. Wright is a 1:16.85, Camp a 1:16.84, so Camp does the best lap of the race. The best lap of the early race was a little bit quicker than that. It was a 1:16.57 for Philip Wright in the earlier race, which in its own right was a new lap record. Battle's going on further down the order here. You've got Dan Gibbs. Now he's had to come through the order because he was disqualified from his Class B win in the earlier race for his car being underweight, so he's had to battle back. He's up to 18th position now.
Yeah, he's 18th, Gibbs, and Window has dropped out of the top 20, hasn't he? With the
he has. I'll just have a look on my screen to see if I can see where he is in this race, but obviously it's much further down the order than he would have hoped to have been. Now,
the leaders then down into Vale. Little lock up for the race leader, which is now Alistair Camp. Camp then, who has re-established himself out front, but it's a tenuous lead over the 63 car, which is the similar car.
And look at Ashton.
Right.
Look at Ashton there in the background, trying to get alongside Ryan Polly, but using the runoff area. That Stuart Window, I think, has dropped out by the looks of the time screen markers. So that's a great shame after his good drive through the field in race 1. But good battle at the front here, because Chris Smith's not fallen far behind either, has he?
No, he made that really convincing start, and he's now threatening the 63, the Rounce & Evans car of Philip Wright.
Yeah, in the first race you've got Wright and Camp who were right together, but they were 7 seconds ahead by the end of anyone else. But so Smith doing a good job to hang on to their coattails here. And
Metro screaming along amid the Hondas in the chase pack. But here come the leaders down to Stowe for the 5th time. 16.84 is the fastest lap to Alistair Camp.
Down towards the Vale they go then. Camp from Wright, from Smith. Camp keen to get back to winning ways, having been defeated in the previous 2 rounds of the championship here at Silverstone this morning and at Brands Hatch a couple of months ago. Coming through to complete lap number 5 now, and the gap between the first 3 and 4th position now is about 2.5 seconds. Polly heading that next little gaggle, which goes back down to 8th place because it now includes Cameron Elder.
Dan Gibbs up into 4th place in Class B in the 68 Golf, incidentally. Class B led by Matt Creed in 123, who's 10th. Here is our race leader, and he's beginning to make a bit of a break. 5 laps in, 3/4 of a second's advantage.
David Drinkwater, the Class C leader, has 2 cars between himself and Olivia Martin, who's was second within that class, but Adam Reed has now got ahead of her, looking at our timing screen. So Adam Reed ahead. That's 3 BMW Compacts in the first 3 places within that class in this PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. Down to the Vale come the 3 leading cars again. They've got traffic ahead of them already by the looks of it. Only 7.5 minutes into this. I suppose we are about halfway through now.
Oh dear. That's the end of the Morton car. Smoky demise of the Integra.
It had lost a position on the previous lap.
Not a good race for Integras. Both of them have gone.
They have. Great shame. So there's Smith. Mac Tools open architecture on his side of his car. And he is in third position, hanging on well to these leading two.
Great, Marshall's going to be rushing. This is on fire now. The Morton car, an engine bay fire.
Yeah, I can see that. It's unfortunate to see that. Hopefully the marshals will be on the scene soon with their extinguishers. Not quite sure how close he was to the marshals post. Of course, it is a long way from the edge of the circuit to the marshals post here at some parts of the track. And the marshals are there now, and it looks like they've
extinguished it, haven't they?
So once they got there, they were able to put it out very quickly.
It's emerging from behind that barrier with the requisite extinguishers, isn't it?
Great work as ever by the marshals, but concern there for Ben Norton for his pride and joy. Oh, and off the circuit goes the number 98 Saxo, and that almost finds the gravel as well. That's Paul Warren.
Yeah, the Merckx Works car.
6 minutes to go in this race, and we're watching Adam Reed there, so he's second within Class C. Yellow flags for the Morton car that's off. He's just ahead of Olivia Martin there, so this is second and third in Class C. And then behind them we've got the Daniel Cogswell car, which is the Nissan Almera. He's a Class B car. Class B still being led by Matt Creed from Neil Stringfellow, about 2 seconds between them.
Creed's been bumped a couple of places though by Connor and Langton. Jeffrey Connor in 21, Stephen Langton in 60. Yeah,
it was a slow lap, but about 2.5 seconds slower lap for Matt Creed that time. So Neil Stringfellow, here he is actually, will be getting on terms with him.
Exactly 2 seconds behind he was going onto this lap, with Dan Gibbs another 3/4 of a second behind.
There's Creed, that's the track obsession number 1, 2, 3 car, and well, actually it looks like Stringfellow's lost a place to Dan Gibbs in the Golf now as well, so Dan Gibbs has got himself up to second place in Class B.
Now, do I detect that Philip Wright is closer to Alistair Camp?
0.71 seconds was the gap a lap ago. It's now 0.51, so yes you do. Very perceptive to be able to spot that 0.2 of a second.
Micrometer look I gave it. But yeah, he's a little bit closer. But it's only, I suspect, because Camp might have made a little bit of a mistake or got stuck in traffic somewhere, because their lap times were a couple of seconds away from where they were, probably due to that situation down at Stowe. We'd be a bit careful of.
Yes, absolutely right. So if you catch the back markers at the wrong place as well, you...
Oh, and that's the Merckx Works car off again, isn't it? Or maybe,
yes.
Maybe it's the remains of the previous incident.
It could be. It's been going on for the last couple of minutes without us noticing.
Now they're absolutely nose to tail, and this time Philip Wright in 63 is on the boot lid of the race leader. They've been in traffic.
Yep. So this race isn't over yet. 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes left to go.
Chris Smith's there waiting to pick up the pieces if anything goes wrong.
He is. He's lost a little bit of ground, but he's only about 1.25 seconds behind these two. Sort of prime position if they do fall over one another. Not so close as you're going to get involved yourself, but close enough to pounce if there's a contact.
I wonder if Wright's just got fractionally more traction, because through that corner there at Club, he made ground again. It's 0.42 between them, so it's closer still.
Both
and it's broken. I know there's a problem.
Check
Check has come out early, 3 minutes early.
Presumably because of that car at Stowe, one would think. So checkered flag has gone out. So it was the win to Alistair Camp in the end, from Philip Wright in second position and Chris Smith in third. And there is Class B. That's Matt Creed with his fist pumping, because he has taken the Class B win. That's his second Class B win of the day. Dan Gibbs fought back to second within Class B. And 74, Neil Stringfellow, who's leading Class B Championship, he was third. And there is David Drinkwater in the BMW Compact, a comfortable win in Class C for him, and 17th place overall. Here's the second and third place battle within Class C, the 145 brake horsepower per tonne class. It's between Adam Reed, who's teamed up with David Drinkwater for some Burkitt relay wins in the past, and Olivia Martin, so they finish second and third within their class in that slightly shortened PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship race. A shame it didn't go to the end, because Philip Wright was getting a second wind, And I think in a percentage challenge, Alistair Camp's now got his wipers on now. Whether that's because it's raining or if he's just knocked them on in error, I'm not quite sure. But it looks bright enough out there at the moment. But as we've seen today, it could be raining at one end of the circuit, but not the other. So Camp it is that takes his win. And in round 9 of the championship, that's his 7th of the season, with 5 races left to go. And the season will conclude with 2 races at Alton Park and then 3 at Snetterton in October. Let's see if we can have a look at the results. Alistair Camp it was that took the win by 0.4 of a second from Philip Wright, 45 from 63. 18 Chris Smith was 3rd, 36 Ryan Polly 4th, and Jack Ashton number 79 in 5th position. Jamie Martin was 6th in number 2, 7th Cameron Alder number 7, 8th number 37 Chris McCloy, 9th was 21 Jeff Connor, and 10th was number 60 Stephen Langton. 11th place in winning Class B was 1-2-3 Matt Creed. He had Sean Green number 33 between himself and 68 Dan Gibbs, who was 2nd. The Australian fellow number 74 was 3rd. Then it was 88, which was Tristan Harris, I think, or Tom Harris, I think. 16th was number 58, Paul Jarvis. Then number 1, David Drinkwater, winning Class C. Alex Harris was 99 was 18th. Then Adam Reed and Olivia Martin. And then as we scroll through, we've got Daniel Cogswell and the Nissan Elmera, Martin Paget in the Saxo. Didn't see much of the C2 of Chris Woods that finished in 24th position, or Mac McCarthy's Fiesta that finished 25th. Or indeed the Corsa of David Measday, proving what variety there was in the grid. He finished 26th in number 55. And final screen shows Paul Warren after his various dramas, Emilio Lucchese, Andrew Ashton in the what is shown on the screen as a Rover of 216, it's actually a Metro. And then the ones that we lost, headed by Ben Morton, whose car sadly caught fire down there at Stowe Corner. Hopefully that will be able to race another day. Over the cars heading down the pit lane. Alistair Camp is there. Josh Barrett is there as well. And so I think we can go down to the pit lane now and join once again Josh Barrett.
See, and Ali back on the top step there. Well done.
Yeah, it was good. Good race. I say it's a bit of carnage. Cars going off, a few yellow flags here and there, makes it tricky. But yeah, no, really enjoyed that one.
We didn't see how you got the lead. How did that happen?
Yeah, there was just so much going on. I think it was going down. Yeah, it was going down the back straight. I got the better exit onto Hanger Straight. So literally just before we got to the corner down there, we was like, yeah, just nip and tuck, and I managed to get the draft past him. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Better than race 1. Just understeering like hell in race 1. So
originally you weren't really planning to do this championship, were you? And it's going rather well.
Yeah, no, just was going to, like say, just use a bit of testing, a bit of seat time in the car, but no, I really enjoyed it. Like, obviously I did it a few years ago and enjoyed it, and then the car I was using at the time lost a bit of heart in it, so, and then obviously we've come in this and it's been a good little girl, so yeah.
Obviously there's been some regulation changes for this year and the grid sizes suggest that's a good thing. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, like I say, the regulation, obviously you've got to change it to bring cars in. Obviously when I did it, there was like 3 of us. It was obviously we had some good battles, me and Steve and Ben, but obviously now there's more cars, it's a lot better.
Now, I understand you've got a big trip to make to race in another championship.
Yeah, we're off to Anglesey, so going back home tonight, and then we'll set off at 5 in the morning again, like we've done this morning, to go to Anglesey.
Well done on your win here. So our race winner there and Class A winner was Alistair Camp. Behind us is our Class B winner, which was Matt Creed. Matt, 3 races, 3 wins.
Yeah, it's static. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better result. I wanted to come here, just get on some of the podiums this today, but getting all 3 races and wins, I'm so happy, so happy.
You haven't been racing that long, really, have you?
No, I first started last year here. This was my first race this time last year. So yeah, I think 6 road sports now and a couple of hot hatches. Yeah, not that long at all.
2 different types of racing. How have you enjoyed the pair of them?
I do like the 45-minute races. The 15-minute sprints seem to go a little bit too quick for my liking, but it's close battle in the hot hatch. So the only damage I've ever got on this car is always through the hot hatch races.
Are you doing any more racing this season?
No, that's it. I've done for the year. I've got a wife who's pregnant in the last race in road sports, so I'll be not racing the last race. This is my last one. Going out on a high. I'm really happy.
Couldn't be any better, could it?
It is. Yeah, it's amazing. Really
well
good.
done. Fantastic
Thank
stuff.
you very much. Thank you.
Then our Class C winner was David Drinkwater. David, another Class C winning by a long way this time. I think 12 seconds or something.
Yeah, I don't know what happened behind. I assume they got into a battle between themselves. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I stuck with Paul again, and he told me down the straight, so I've got to thank him again. But yeah, no, that was a good race for me. Yeah, I'm sure it was good racing behind if they were all together.
So sort of a great bounce back, as we were saying earlier, from Brands Hatch now with, I think, a couple of meetings to go.
Yeah, I think what we got left, Alton, September, and then October is a big weekend for Snetterton. So yeah, hopefully, we'll see. I mean, Ali pinched that one, so he's back in the game. So it's going to be tight at the top, I think.
First time hot hatch have been at Alton. Do you think that'll suit the BMW?
Yeah, the BMWs love Alton. Not bad for me. Local home track, so should be good. Looking forward to that. So
I guess that's sort of a more similar track to Cadwell, where you were in the top 10 overall, though.
Yeah, lots of stop-start, which the BMWs are great at. So yeah, they go really well at Cadwell and go quite well at Alton. So hopefully, should be good, but we'll see.
Well done on your 2 wins today. So that's our 3 class winners in the Hot Hatch Championship. Class A winner was Alistair Camp, Class B was Matt Creed, and Class C was David Drinkwater.